Hello, my name is John Eldaya, and welcome to Kamado Joe, the thrill of this grill. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get the wood in, lighten it up, getting the fire ready to go, and then later on today we're going to cook up a brisket. So the first thing I do is I get out the ash tool. I clear out all the ash from inside the pit. I still have some wood left over from my last cook that I can use, but I'm definitely going to have to add to it. And so because we're going to be smoking a brisket that's about 15 pounds, we're going to have to add quite a bit of wood to keep that fire going the whole time through. So I just pour in my lump coal, my lump wood here, move it around, get everything in place. So come on in and take a look at how much wood I put in here. Got a lot of that broken up stuff down there to help get the fire going really well. We're going to get our Kamado Joe fire starters. I'm going to use 2 of these just to get the fire going a little bit faster. And the nice thing about these little guys is they light up real fast, and we'll get the lump wood going pretty fast. Today we got a rainy day. It's wet out, but I keep these in the house, in the garage, so that way they don't get damp. They'll stay dry, so they'll light pretty fast, as you can see. Then I just use this one to light the other one. And then I place them in and wait about 15-20 minutes, dial it in, and this lump would be ready to go. And then I go in and prep my brisket. That lump wood around a little bit. Probably hear the rooster in the background crowing. He wakes me up way too early some days. He might be the next item on the pit. Come on in and show the flame here. So I'm just going to let that get going. Put this wood over the fire starters. Start making a TP. Yeah. Put the lump wood all the way around, get it going real good. This one's a pretty big block. I might break that one up a little bit. Go ahead. Welcome to Kamado Joe, the thrill of this grill. Today I'm going to be cooking up a brisket. This here is a 15 and a half pound brisket picked up from Costco. It's prime beef. It was on sale at a good price, so I figure pick that up and see how it goes. And so right now what I'm going to do is just trim it up a little bit. There's not a whole lot of hard fat on here, but there is some. The soft white fat you want to keep because that will render as you're smoking, but this hard stuff right here, you want to trim that down. It's not going to do you any good as you cook. So I'm just going to clean that up a bit and get this thing rubbed up and ready to get on the pit. And so this hard stuff right here, that doesn't do us any good, so I'm just cleaning that up, taking it off. We'll keep this soft stuff right here. There's a little bit of hard stuff there. So this is what I consider the boring stuff because it's just a whole lot of prep work. This 15 and a half pound brisket will probably knock down to about 13 pounds after we get done cutting all this stuff off there. If that's alright. Now, I'm not saying this is the right way to do anything or the only way. This is the way I do it. And give it a try, see how you like it. If you have a different way you do things, just hit me up, let me know, and I'll definitely give it a try next time I do it. You know, it's barbecuing, and this isn't competition barbecuing. This is, you know, I'm going to invite some friends over this evening, have a cold drink or two, enjoy some good conversation, and basically backyard barbecue. So there's a tons of different ways to do anything we're going to cook. But like I said, this is the way I do it. I try different things all the time. It's always, you know, nobody knows everything about barbecuing, so you know, give it a try, see what you think, and if you like it, share it with your friends. And like I said, if you do it a different way and want me to give it a try, I'll definitely do that. Maybe learn something new and be able to enjoy it a totally new way. As you see, that was a whole lot of hard white fat coming off that section, and I'm still working at it, getting it trimmed up. Just a whole lot of trimming here and there. Flip this over, see what else we're working with. And so as I trim this up a little bit more, I'll be back on here in a few, and I'll get this thing rubbed up and show you how I do it and what I'm using, and we'll go from there. Okay, now that we got the brisket all trimmed off, we took about 2 pounds of fat off of that, all that hard white fat. Now we're going to get it rubbed up and get it ready to go up on the pit. And so what I do is I use some mustard, just do a few lines back and forth, and this is going to be the glue that binds the rub to our brisket here. Got this off of one of the cooking shows you watch on TV, and it works really well. Today I'm just going to use a brisket rub I picked up from the HEB, the local grocery store here. For you folks that are watching this somewhere else that don't have an HEB, but rubs, I like to try different rubs, pick them up when I travel, try different stuff, see how they taste. And so you can see how that mustard keeps it stuck down there real well. Get it all set up there. We'll flip it over, get this one done up.
Zoom in, zoom in.
And so, not a whole lot of mustard. You're not going to taste that mustard when it's done cooking when you get it all finished up, but it does hold it really well. I use it for other stuff like pork butt also. And so, as you can see, you're putting a generous amount of rub on there. Get it put in, rub it in real well, make some mess. That's all good. We'll clean that up later. I've had my pit going for a while, so the temperature should be right where we need it. And we'll take it out there and see where we're at, get it going. This brisket here is going to take about 7 hours maybe. And you're thinking 14-pound brisket, 7 hours. That's a little too fast, but the great thing about the Kamado Joe grill is it retains the heat. You don't lose it through the metal as you would a metal pit, so it cooks a lot faster. You don't have to fight with the heat. And we're going to take this out to the pit, so I will see you out there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some good smoke going, and to do that I'm going to throw some chips on top of this lump wood that have been soaking for about 10 minutes. Get some nice smoke, get a nice smoke ring on this brisket. It is going to bring the temperature down in your pit a little bit, but it will get back up to right where you want it. And so you know, the people up north, I saw them post on Facebook, it's barbecue season again because they got out of that snow. And my response to that was, that's pretty sad, because here in Texas, we're never out of barbecue season. It is raining today, it's overcast, it's going to rain all day today, but you can see that smoke really pouring out now. That's what we want, get this nice and smoked up. So, got some filming action going on, and you always want to take a quick couple stills of your cooks while they're happening. And I'll tease your friends later on. Too bad you can't come join me today. I might have forgot to invite them, but it's all good. They can see some pictures of it anyways. So, my temperature was right at 250 when I opened it up. It's going to climb back to where I need it to be. Get going. We got the smoke coming out now. So we're going to look real good. We'll see you back when I'm about halfway through to get ready to wrap this thing. Alright, we've been having our brisket on for a while. Now it's time to wrap it. And so what I do is I pull it off the pit, wrap it up, and then leave it back on there and basically steam inside the foil pan and get real moist, so that way when we cut into it in a few more hours it'll be good to go. I like using these insulated gloves. You could grab that meat and transfer it real fast without worrying about burning your hands. Again, we're right at 250 where it's been for a while. Man, look at that brisket right there, looking good. Hearing it sizzle. Again, we're gonna just move it right over. Got a lot of that seasoning coming right off in there. And again, take a quick snapshot for my own records. Send it to them friends, and now that they can see it cooked up a little bit, get them all jealous. And this still has a couple more hours to go. Get it to where it needs to be cooked thoroughly. About 195 degrees. And it'll just cut very easy. So the great thing about the Kamado pit is I've had time to go get a haircut today, run some other errands, no big deal. Once you learn how to dial in your temperature gauge, it's basically you could just set it and go ahead and take care of other things you need to do during the day. So I went to crawfish boil today, ate some crawfish for lunch. That's this pan's really big. I'm gonna have to move it over a little bit, get it. What's going on? This pan might be too big for this pit. I might move the grate a little bit underneath. So let's see what happens. There we go. Now a few more hours, we'll come in, pull it off, let it rest, and then cut into it. We'll see you back after a while. So we've had it on for 5.5 hours. I'm going to check the internal temperature. When you open the Kamado Joe, you want to burp it, open it up a little bit, let it go, let some air in there so that way you don't get a heat flash there. We're going to stick it in the thickest part of the meat and see what our temperature reads. We're looking for an internal temperature of 195 degrees. And right now we just shot up to 140, 155, 164, 171, it's still climbing, 175, 179. So we're getting close to that finished temperature. We're at 181, 184, so we're really close to it being done. And what we're gonna do after that, stick the whole thing into a cooler, cover it with some blankets, some towels, let it rest. Okay, so our internal temperature is 196. If you could show them our internal temperature at 196 at the thickest point of the brisket. We're going to go ahead and pull this out now. And what I'm going to do is put it in a cooler. And I'm going to wrap it with some towels. And let it rest. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stoke this back up to a good 350 degree temperature and throw on our sides. You can see that steam coming out of that hole. Smells good. I'm sure it looks good. Well, we're just going to cover that up with some towels. Don't use your nice towels. Your significant other may come home and be like, what the heck are you doing? So finally, the meat is rested. We're gonna unveil it here. That looks like it's got a good bark to it. Nice and juicy. We've got a lot of juice inside the pan here. Put on my insulated gloves so that way I don't burn myself picking it up. Again, this was a 14.5 pound brisket. You can see the wiggle in it, so it's nice and moist. Had it rest for about an hour and a half. And now cut into it. This here is going to be the drier side because it's thinner, but you can just see that how easy it slides right through. Got a nice bark to it. Got a nice little ring there. And so you can see not taking a whole lot of effort to cut into this meat. So we'll get it all cut up, and then we have what, about 2, 3, 4, about 10 of us can eat today. Might have a little bit of leftovers. We'll pull off them poppers here in a few, and then get sitting down, getting ready to eat. We'll be back. All right.
Get my bark on.
So Eric from Georgia gonna taste some Texas brisket.
ATL. That's fine. This is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to hold it down so
That's good. Moist. Real moist. Delicious. Deliciosos.